Hi, welcome to Ketchup Talks with Mrinil. Uh, First of all, how are you guys? How are you doing?
Absolutely
Very
great.
well. Very well.
How are you doing?
It's a
I'm
warm
doing
morning, so it's kind of good here.
so Mumbai. I am in Mumbai, and Mumbai has a heat wave warning for next two
Yes,
days.
yes.
So not expected from Mumbai weather, but yeah,
It's very hot today. It's very hot.
It's hot
Bangalore is like,
everywhere actually.
yeah, Bangalore is hot, but for like people living in Bombay, I don't think so. I guess that'll be cold.
yeah, we're not used to doing that.
Yes.
Okay. So I would like to start this interview with the most cliche question that I'm pretty sure you guys have answered in past. What is fashion to you? So if I would request each one of you can answer your definition of fashion. We'll start with us.
All right. So, Mrinil, as you already said, it's the most cliche question. But whenever the question is asked, I just get all baffled at what is fashion for me. So, the jokes apart, fashion for me is something about comfort. Again, a very cliched answer, but then I have learned this over, time when I started this fashion journey. I used to think that anything which is looking good is fashion for you, but over the time I realized that something which makes you comfortable in and out, like which is comfortable to your body as well to your soul, is fashion for me. For example, I wear athleisure a lot. I wear it a lot. I go to parties wearing pajamas. I go to airport wearing pajamas. So for fashion for me is that something which you're comfortable in, still make it look very stylish. You can make it look very statement kind of a setup, and something which will lead people turn their head towards you, that, oh, what is this person wearing? And sometimes it can be something very simple, like I believe in minimal fashion. So for me, even while wearing a black t-shirt and a black pant, and still if people look at you and say this person looks cool, that's fashion, so you have done the job.
Okay. For Pradhani, am I taking your name correct, please?
Pradaini.
Pradhani. Okay. I'm
That's
getting.
right.
I'm used to
Thank you.
listening my name in all sorts of versions. So
So you know the feeling.
I know the
We are used to it. All right. So fashion to me is self-expression. I have been in the modeling industry for quite a while, and I have experienced different styles, different jewelry, different kind of outfits. And over a period of time, I've understood that what really matters is what's keeping me very real and authentic. And I think because what we wear is how we express ourselves. So fashion to me is really self-expression.
Okay. Tanumita, for you.
I think it's the same. It's a way of experimenting with yourself and to really express who you really are and what you feel the most confident in. I think that's fashion to me for sure.
Okay. Queen, what's your definition of
So like, I mean, fashion for me is obviously self-expression, and it's also political, because like what I stand for, what I am, what I identify as, for me it's political, it's controversial, it's about making a statement, it's about telling who I am, and that's what it is for me.
Okay, and I'll start with you. That how difficult it is to create a fashion content. I mean, because since it just not represent yourself, it's way more than that for you.
Of course, like everything has its own like difficulties, but like, I mean, it's about like, at the end of the day, it's just about like vibing to what you're doing, and if you're like loving what you're doing, like even the difficulties don't seem like a difficulty. But like, yeah, when it comes to like technical stuff, of course there are times that you get creatively like blocked, and like you feel like uninspired, and I guess those are the challenges that I face. But besides that, I mean, it's what we love at the end of the day, so
Okay. For others, how difficult it is for you guys?
It's the same as Queen, actually, like she said. So it's easy and difficult at the same time. It's easy because when you love what you do, everything that you do automatically becomes easy, and difficult is definitely the technical part of it, like shooting all by yourself, setting up all by yourself, bombarding with creative ideas. You have to be different from the last time what you did. and editing, producing the content. So all that part is definitely difficult. But when you're in it, the whole process is very therapeutic to me. So I don't call it difficult. Yes, it's definitely a little tiring, and you do have to put in a lot of effort in the technical part. But the whole, at the end, when you actually finally produce a piece of content, everything automatically becomes very effortless.
Well, for me, I think what's the difficult part about creating the fashion content is the amalgamation of two worlds. When I say two worlds, basically, sometimes you want to do something very extra, you want to look, extra, you should be standing out. And at the same time, you have to fulfill the necessities, the needs of fashion. Why are you wearing those clothes? So the amalgamation of both the worlds is a difficult part for me. And again, I come from the millennial generation, but right now we are in the Gen Z also. So to please both generations, like difficult. Millennials were all about, wearing simple clothes, just the block shades. But now, since we are going into the woke world, we see boys experimenting a lot. Like it makes me very happy that boys are wearing pearls, they're wearing jewelry, they're painting their nails. So me, when I create content, especially for a specific brand, and when we are on a platform like Myntra as well, it's very important to create to the entire audience. So that is very difficult, that you have to make a content which please everybody, from somebody who's above 30, who's below 20, all the age group, they like it, and at the same time it's feasible, it's workable. It's not something that I just wore and I can, I just wrap around some bed sheet and walk on the street. That is also not fashion. So it has to be, very functional. At the same time, it has to be trendy. So that is, I think, the difficult part.
For you, Pradaini?
So to me, I would definitely say it is challenging, but what's really important is the mindset, because there's going to be a lot of trends. Every single day, there's going to be something different that's coming up. And without having to find that compulsiveness in us to have to stay updated, if we stay in touch with what really works for us, I feel like we are able to naturally flow towards creating content the way that we like, in a way where we're not forcing ourselves to create a kind of content because it has to be done a certain way, because I think that's where the difficulty can be. Because if I think I have to do it this way, but if I allow myself to kind of adapt a mindset where I feel like, this is something that's going to work for me, let me do this in my twist, and have like an organized way of flowing into it, and I really think it falls in place beautifully. But yes, it takes a lot of time, that's for sure. And if we skip there, that could be the most challenging part, actually, putting everything together.
And if you guys can help me explain what's the responsibility of Myntra Style Squad.
So yeah, I guess it's about amplifying and for me especially, there are certain stuff that I do, and through the Myntra Style Squad, I guess I'm able to reach out to people that I wouldn't have reached out to otherwise. And I guess that's an amazing platform, and also a huge responsibility. And just to impart that fashion essence that you have, and inspire and be inspired.
Yeah, to what Queen said again, Adam, that's very right. He said the main responsibility is to amplify, whatever we have, we are doing, it goes to the masses. But when it comes to me as an individual, I come from the TV background. So of course, people look up to me as a celebrity when I'm there on Myntra. So my responsibility is to tell people that, there are certain people who think that this fashion is unattainable. Only this section of people can wear these kind of clothes, or, they can only afford this kind of clothes, or it will look good only, the set of people. So I feel it's the responsibility of us as an influencer that we tell people we wear clothes in a certain way, that this fashion is for everybody. Everyone can wear this, and we have same fashion in affordable segment, in the luxury segment, in every segment. So of course, the job is, again, as what Queen said, to amplify what we are doing, and of course to give styling tips. That is very important, because when we go on a e-com portal, for example, like Myntra, which has so many brands, so people get confused that what we need to buy. So here we come in picture. We help people to pick things that this will go according to your body type, this will go according to your skin tone, or whatever, in whatever way you want to say it. So we come in picture that way, that we are helping people pick up clothes for themselves. So it's like we are the middleman between the e-com and between the consumers. So yeah, I think it's a very responsible job. You can't just put yourself out there, because we are putting ourselves on this platform to be consumed by people. So you cannot just be, you wear anything or just do anything. You have to think about it a lot and act in a very responsible way when you're doing fashion influencing.
Great.
So, with Myntra Style Squad, what really happens? See, fashion content creation has changed over the years, and with that, technology has also changed. And I think Myntra is making like complete use of it, and it's actually providing like influencers like us with Style Squad and benefiting the influencers. So, coming to what we do as Style Squad, we are actually curating looks. So we are actually Myntra is actually putting us forward as style experts, which I think all of us need. Like, I'm sure you have friends who come up to you and like, you know what look you. I'm sure you also go to people for advice. So we are those regular people, but we are style experts. Myntra is actually providing us, fueling us with everything that's required to be a style expert as a part of the Myntra Style Squad. So we are the style experts for people, where we come in front of people with Myntra's M Live, Myntra Studio. We are creating looks from 7,000 brands that's already on the website. We are collaborating with all these brands. We are bringing all these brands, international brands, local, homegrown brands, everything towards to the consumers, and also telling them that this is my pick, this is what I like, this is how it looks, it's size inclusive. So anybody, be it सबसे lemon language में भी बोलो, so anybody, it's for, we are simplifying the process, the whole fashion process, that fashion is for everybody. This is how it looks on me, and if I'm recommending this, if you're following me, this is why you should take it. So I think it has simplified the process of earlier what we used to see on someone ki अच्छा पता नहीं कैसे लगेगा मुझ पे, like should I take it or should I not take it. So Myntra has simplified the process. You have everything in one whole package.
Yeah, like to add on to this, Mrinil, I would just say in a very easy language that we have entered in the space of social commerce with Myntra stepping into this segment where we are doing an M Live, we are being part of the Style Squad. So we have entered the space of social commerce, which is the future of, it is the future. And as a Myntra Style Squad, I think we are the faces of the social commerce space, and the future starts from here in fashion.
I actually also wanted to ask you, Akash, you are a former Mr. India. You have been part of fashion world from quite some time now. I would want to understand how has fashion industry as a whole has evolved over the years, from the time you joined it to now.
Mila, as I said that...
Not making you an old person.
No. So as I say, I have seen the best of both worlds, from absolute no internet to social media to evolving into where we are, coming to social commerce altogether. So I think the evolution, if I say in a funny way, is from Flintstones to Jackson, in a way. So I have seen a lot. I stepped into the industry in 2016, and that time, fashion, if I talk in a very general sense, was about going to shops, buying things. There was no mall culture initially in 2011-12 when I was in college, and e-com to aap chhodi do, bahut badi baat hai, which we have come to right now. So we have seen from no mall culture to the shops, to the brands, and now all the brands coming on portals like Myntra, which has like 7,000 brands. So this is one part of the evolution. The second is about how fashion has evolved. Again, as a guy, when I was in 2015-16, I would not dare to wear something very different. I would not dare to, experiment with clothes. For us that time, the fashion was all about wearing t-shirts, about denim, just sneakers. And now when you see my posts on Instagram, I am experimenting with curls. I'm experimenting with unisex clothes. I would wear sweaters from the women's section, and I can carry it off very well. So, and not just me, there are a lot of guys who have evolved and are doing it and owning it very strongly and with confidence. There are a lot of my friends who are budding influencers. I would not say that they are doing something, they were something in the industry. They're from small towns and they're experimenting with fashion so much. So I think the evolving part in fashion has been huge, and the major part has been played by the social media and of course the platforms, the e-com portals, like how Myntra is doing it, because when they get us in the picture, again, people, as I said, they relate, they trust, and at the same time, when there's a variety of brands from something starting from $100 to something to 20, 30,000, the space is very vast. People have options to choose. People have options to experiment. कि अगर मान लो कल को उनको लगता है कि this something, it doesn't go with my body or something, they can now return that. This is the luxury which we get while shopping on Myntra, which was not there when I was in college. If you buy something, you just have it. If it looks good on you, it doesn't look good on you, it's there with you. So I think the evolution is a lot. The major aspect is from shops to coming to the e-com, from the basic very gender stereotypical clothing to absolute unisex clothing we have evolved into. And yeah, I think this is the future. I mean, we should be very comfortable in our own skin, and we should wear what we love, which was not back in then. We were pictured in certain way. You were forced to wear certain clothes that अच्छा आप लड़के हैं तो आप यही पहन सकते हैं. If you're a girl, you can wear certain kind of clothes. Now it doesn't happen. Girls are wearing jackets from the men's section. They are wearing hoodies. Boys are wearing, as I said, sweaters, pants, and everything from the women's section, and they are carrying it with so much confidence. They look great. So I think I have seen the entire evolution.
Okay. Pradaini, I would want to ask you. So you are in yogini in by your profession, a mindset coach. So how do you weave your fashion and all this together?
All right, so I have been in the fashion industry, and as a model, I've worked with so many different brands. So I have always been in touch with fashion, whether I resonate with it or not. As a model, I would only represent a brand. And at one point, I remember this was my first ever campaign as an influencer through Myntra. And that's why I have a very special bond with Myntra. And I feel like they just picked me up and they said, okay, are you ready to do this? And I was like, not really, because until then, I have seen a lot of other influencers. And in South India, I had not seen too many. Actually, I had not seen any. I've only seen everybody from Bombay and Delhi. And I was like, okay, what is this? Because, that's when I was starting to understand what this whole thing is. Until then, I was just posting selfies or my pictures from magazines and newspapers. You know how it is, right? Social media, we're just using it for that. And when they asked me to do that, I felt like that was my first entry into this influencer world. So I feel like Myntra has kind of kept me close to that. And of course, Myntra being a huge platform for fashion and beauty. And I've been associated with them for like a while. Regardless of my growth in my journey as a coach or as a yogini, I could say, or anything that I do, there's been this constant touch with Myntra, which I've always enjoyed, in a way where they've allowed me the space for me to bring in my fluid style. My style is very simple, and I really pick simple clothes. And I've understood the contrast from being a model where I only showcase an outfit, which somebody would look at and say, oh, wow, that's great. But nobody would think of, like how Akash said, nobody would think of, oh my God, is this something that I can, get? Is this something that I can wear? But as an influencer, the responsibility is for me to show it is possible. So that is the switch I've experienced. So as a model, I never chose my clothes, but as an influencer, I choose my clothes. So I show them, yeah, this is possible. And with Myntra providing 7,000 brands, I think all of us have said it 7,000 times because we're so excited about it. And with so many options available, I think we can only, create guides, and with the live, show them how to put it together. Literally everything's there being spoon-fed. These are the brands, these are the options. You like this, you see a celebrity wear it, so these are the colors. And this is what you can go for. This is how you can wear it. And these are the options. So literally everything is given to them. All they have to do is just click and get it for themselves. And I think that is where, we're able to put everything together. And that's how I'm able to put fashion in. I think Myntra has played a really big role, and also with my with my experience in modeling, so kind of brought it together. It's traveling with me on my journey, regardless of however I branch off, which I always do, because I believe in living a full spectrum of life. So fashion definitely is playing a big role.
Queen, I would want to ask you. So you were part of Myntra Fashion Superstar. You season 3. You were a winner of it. You are now a style squad. So according to you, what is that differentiating factor in your fashion, the way you create content that puts like that stands you out?
So like basically, I've said this earlier, like, um, it's more than just like, waking up and just wearing my clothes. It's political. It has to do with history, and to like, for someone from the LGBTQI community, it's about making a space for myself through fashion. And I guess because of the fact that it's a culmination of history, it's a culmination of self-expression, and it's about making my space, that is what differentiates and my fashion from other people.
Okay. And Tanumita, if I'm not wrong, you were part of Myntra Fashion Superstar season 1?
Season 1. I'm the winner of season 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the winner of season 1, and now you're part of Myntra Style Squad, like from 2019 to now. And how is your association with Myntra
It's
Panda?
been 3 years plus that I have worked with Myntra, and trust me, starting from the show until now, it has actually played a significant role in transformation and development of me as a human being as well. It's been a brilliant journey, and so many different ways I have worked on my creative skills, and I've acted on my inspired ideas. So Myntra was actually a constant, Myntra went hand in hand with me for the past 3 years, and especially when the global pandemic hit. So we absolutely had zero source of income, and I'm actually very, very grateful for that, because we had Myntra, we were constantly working for Myntra, and that was pretty much my source of income that time. So I'm always forever grateful. And with Style Squad coming in, we have now it's like, whole world of fashion out there. We have access to that, and we are actually reaching out to a huge mass of people. So I think the journey so far has been amazing, and I'm only excited for the future.
Okay, I figured out that you guys are super excited to be part of Myntra. But
Very, very.
so good job, Myntra, on picking you. Okay, I know Akash has mentioned about you guys about the way we have evolved from then to now in fashion. From now, he's mentioned about social commerce being the future. I would want to understand. Social commerce is one thing. It's a way. I am like fashion trends. If you want to mention that, okay, these are the fashion trends. Like I know sustainability is coming back, and we all are now understanding a bit that sustainability is the way forward. What are the other fashion trends that you see that are going to like dominate in say in 2022 or in coming years?
And all my co-style squad members, everybody has mentioned that trends are evolving. Trends keep coming, they keep going. Now we see in today's time, we are following the 90s trend, which like my dad used to wear those floral print shirts, they used to wear those, straight fit denims, and we can't wear all this. And now literally that has come in fashion, and we are wearing it. So trends are always evolving. You cannot predict something that, okay, this is going to be the trend. It's basically, again, it's our responsibility. What if Tanumita starts wearing something from the 80s and people love it and it becomes the trend? You never know what becomes the trend. Like how the pearls came as a trend for boys in last 2 years. Some 2-3 guys from the influencer community just wore it, and everybody's like, hey, this looks very cool. So trends are something which keeps evolving, but definitely it keeps coming with the time. Like we are going back to the 90s trends of denims, of shirts. We have the 80s trend coming back again. In the late 2000s, like in the mid 2000s, there was a trend of wearing very slim fit clothes. But now again we have moved to the oversized clothes, which was nobody expected that this would become a trend. So it absolutely depends on what people start wearing and what they feel comfortable in. I think oversized became an absolute trend because people were comfortable in it. I wear a lot of oversized clothes. I love wearing oversized. And if you would ask me to wear the oversized clothes back in 2016, I would say no. Like when I was a model, when again, we were given clothes, even if the fitting is like inch loose, I was like, I can't wear this. But now I'm wearing it. So I think trends keep evolving, and you can never predict trends. All you can do is what you feel comfortable with, what you connect with, you wear it, and it might become a trend as well.
Can I add to that? So, like you said, Mrinil, so I feel like the fact that sustainability is already there and running, and the fact that because fashion is so like influenced by the social, cultural, and like obviously the environmental conditions that happen. I feel like what I feel is more of like already we are kind of reviving the weavers that are there in the country, the weavers that actually make the fabrics. I see a lot of that coming up as well, and also the fact that our environmental conditions are changing, like it's getting warmer in the hotter places, it's getting colder. I see a lot of fabrics, the fabrics that are going to be changing, maybe more breathable fabrics that are more like that facilitates you to just be. And also post pandemic, I see like a lot of different changes that are coming in, where it's like I mean, all of these things I see that happening.
Okay. Any of you guys want to
Also,
begin?
I feel just sustainability is not really a trend, if you would, or it's more like of a lifestyle, right? So it's some responsibility we have towards our environment. So sustainability, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people use it as a selling point to consumers. But talking about trends, I think as influencers, as creators, whatever you, how things become a trend, I would basically say. So I'm wearing something when you feel the most, like Akash said, like Queen said, it's more political, it's more of a form of self-expression, right? So when you are 100% confident in what you're wearing, so I'm wearing probably a kaftan. Kaftan became a trend when Kareena Kapoor started sporting it, because she looks so outstanding and confident in it. So it's basically nothing. It became a trend ever since pandemic, and Kareena started saying that. Because A, she's an icon, but B, obviously it looked very amazing and she looked very confident in. So I think confidence is the key for any trend going forward. So trends come and go definitely, but what we see forward, what is sustainable in the long run is actually जो आप पहन रहे हो, that becomes a trend only if you're confident in it. That's it.
Okay. Do you have to add something?
Hey, yes. So I think more than thinking about what kind of trend is going to come up later on, or what's going to come up, much later, who's going to present what, I think that's why Style Squad's kind of created to bring new trends and to put new practices and different styles out there. So I think we're going to be playing a big game in, evolution of this style and trend itself.
Okay. Before wrapping up, I would just, if you guys have any word of advice that you would want to share with your folks, with your followers.
So I think for the viewers, for the followers who are watching us here and who are watching, who follow us on our different social media portals, I would just say that we are in a very huge and vast space where there are a lot of influencers, there's a lot of fashion brands, a lot is happening here. Of course, we are in a race to look good every time, more better than others. So when you are going out there following somebody or shopping something, or as you said, following some trend, you always have to have credibility in your head. You can't just be like, okay, this person has worn this, so I'll also buy this, and just blindly go about it. You have to have trust on people. You have to have trust on brand. Like for an example, if people land up onto Myntra, that's what people out here said. That's what we come and picture as a style squad. We are here to build that trust, and we are not doing it because, again, we are getting paid for it. Of course, we are getting paid to do things, but we are here doing it because we love it. We have a certain trust on certain brands and certain merchandise, and we are giving a very transparent opinion to you. So we are creating that transparency here. So that's what my whole advice to people is, that select your clothes, select your people, select your brands with transparent and who you connect with. That's the most important part. And of course, when you land up on a website like Myntra, which is today the one of the pioneers in e-com, you know that if you're watching me, if you're watching Tanu, if you're watching Queen, or if you're watching Pradaini, or any other from the Style Squad, there's so many members that, okay, these people are really wearing it and are taking it, and they have put a lot of work and efforts to pick this outfit. So there must be something. So I think that is very important, that credibility and transparency you have to follow when you are stepping into fashion.
Okay. Anybody else would want to?
Yeah. So, I mean, a message would just be very simple, like just be yourself, be authentic, and just be kind to one another. And I mean, just mind your own business and stay in your lane while doing what you love. I guess that's about it. Yeah.
I think my advice will also be very simple. Be fearless. Be like fiercely confident in what you do. You know, there are people who are less confident and producing great content, and people are producing average. I mean, I'm not differentiating, but like some people are very, very confident just producing what they are, and it actually is gaining the momentum because they are supremely confident. So be fearless and be fiercely confident. That's it.
So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being part of this. All the best
Thank you.
for Myntra
Thank you so much.
Style Squad. I hope that this pans out very well for you guys, and I look forward to your content. I look forward to engaging with you in future. But thank you so much for sparing our
Thank you
time.
so much, Mrinil. It was lovely.
Thank
talking
you,
to
Mrinil.
Same here.
Lovely talking to you.
Thank
All the
you.
best. Thank you.
Thanks, Mrinil.
Thanks,
Bye.
Mrinil.
Take care.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you,
You
Mrinil.
too.
Guys, bye.